Giants fans, here we are again. Week 2 has concluded. Giants faced the Padres. Then I went back to San Francisco to welcome the other New York team, the Mets. If you saw my video, they got swept by the Yankees in the first matchup. And hopefully my plan is going to do week to week. So we got 2 matchups in here. Giants, man, they just played with my emotions this week. Going to San Diego, take the first 2 wins. I'll break those games down a little bit. They lose the third one. Okay. But we win the series. And then we faced the Mets. We won the first game, and then it was just downhill from there. So we finished the week 3-4. So does that make us 3-7 because the Yankees swept us? Not loving that. I'm going to break down some of the matchups. We start the series with the Phillies today, and then we'll play the Orioles after that. But let's take a look at the first matchup and just do some high points from each one. Okay, first game, Landon Roop gets the start, his first start of the year. Pitched the gem. Doesn't give up any runs. And so we take the win 3-2. We get 6 hits. Padres only get 3, but Landon Roop's definitely the standout. You can see here he goes 6 innings, only gives up 2 hits, 2 walks. That's a really nice whip, and then strikes out 7. Keaton Winn, the other guy I'll highlight, he strikes out the side as the setup guy in this role. But then here comes Ryan Walker. Just reminds me of last year. He gives up 1 hit, 1 walk, gives up 2 runs. Yeah, not loving that. Offensively, Chapman gets a hit. Bader hits a home run. Bailey drives in a run, and then Casey Schmidt 2 for 3. So he looked pretty good. We'll take a look at the next game now, which would be game 2 of this series. Last day of March, Giants come alive, 9 runs, 16 hits, and I just think Giants are clicking. It's going to be Logan Webb's second start of the season, ERA brutal, 7.36 after 2 starts. But look at Willy Adames, 4 for 5, 2 RBIs, 2 runs. Other standouts here, Ramos hit a home run, Chapman gets a home run. Look at Lee, 3 hits, 3 RBIs. So Lee and Adames, that's 7 hits between the 2 of them, look really, really strong. Webb gives up 3 runs, 3 hits, 4 walks, so his control was not great. He does have 5 Ks, holds on, gets the win, and then you got JT Brubaker and then Jose Butto. Butto gets hurt, so we're going to talk about that in a bit. He's going to be out 2 to 4 months, blood clot in his arm, but he pitches the 9th inning. But Giants take the first 2 games of the series, I love that. For the Padres, nobody really stands out. You have Giants holding their own. Our ace going against Marquez, not the Padres ace, but we needed that win. Well, and just when you think the Giants are rolling, Nick Pivetta comes into town. He's probably the Padres' best pitcher. I think he's their ace. I'll go double check that. Giants only get 4 hits, 16 hits the day before, and the Padres were rolling 9 hits. I watched a good chunk of this game, and it just seems like they could do no wrong with their bats. Gavin Sheets looked really good. Laureano, 2 hits. Giants, 14 strikeouts. That is going to just be our Achilles heel this year. Pivetta gets 8. Mason Miller strikes out 3 in his 1.1 innings of pitching just to hold on and get the save for the game. Butto pitches, but he just gets shelled, and this is where we find out either later that evening or the next day he's got the blood clot in his arm, so he's going to be out for a while. 2 days in a row that he pitched. Baroki came in. And Gavin Killian came in as well. Gavin Killian looks really good so far, but Padres end up taking this one from us. But I was happy. Take 2 out of 3 from our division rivals. Have the same record at this point in time. To take 2 out of 3 in San Diego, I'll count that as a win. So then we go back to San Francisco, and in come the Mets. And this is exactly what we want to see. The opening game against the Mets. Giants again, 13 hits. So went 16 hits down to 4, then over to 13. Like, okay, we're rolling. We just had a off day that last day in San Diego. Devers gets 2 hits. Arias, he's been our best hitter so far, most consistent. Chapman gets 2 hits, like in that. And look at Daniel Susek, his MLB debut. Lots of family in that section watching this game. Goes 3 for 3 with a walk. His family, they would cut to his family every time. That was pretty cool. And then Casey Schmidt getting 3 hits to move his batting average up to 273. And of course, Schmidt's there because he's our best defensive glove, it looks like, at first base. Presently, Devers still nursing a hamstring. We know his defense is not what he's known for. Devers gets his first home run of the year. Pitching wise, watched a good chunk of this game too. I thought Robbie Ray looked good. He got into some trouble. He had 3 hits, 3 walks, but he strikes out 7. Ryan Walker does come in, but not to close it. He comes in early. He comes in the 6th inning to get the final 2 outs. And then Blade Tidwell, which I believe Giants called up to replace Buto, he pitches the last 3 innings and gets the save. Blade's one of the guys we got when we traded Tyler Rogers over to the Mets last year. So that was kind of cool. Get a little cherry on top of that trade when Blade comes in and pitches really strong. This game, leading into a 4-game series with the Mets, I was really pumped and excited for what this series was going to look like. But my excitement stops here. So Friday, April 3rd, just brutalized. This was a tough one to watch. So here the Mets totally turn the table. They get 15 hits. Giants only get 5. Tyler Mahle, he looked like he was just giving up batting practice. That they were just roping hit after hit off of him. And I would just look at Francisco Lindor, 2 for 4, Bo Bichette, 3 for 5. Bo Bichette had a really good series. You go Mark Vientos, he had a great series too, 2 for 3 for the DH role. And then Marcus Semien, 3 for 5. Yeah, did really good. They do strike out 10 times. Giants strike out 8 times. Rafael Devers had 3 of those strikeouts. I mean, it just kills you. But pitching wise, yeah, Mahle, 5 innings, 8 hits, 2 walks. So his whip's 2 right there, just based on that one game. Then Brubaker comes in, he gives up 3 runs. Eric Miller comes in, he gives up 2 runs in less than a full inning pitched. And then Killian comes in to get that last out. But yeah, this game was tough. The Mets were on fire and the Giants, not really doing anything right. I guess we didn't have an error, so we take that for what it is. Then we move over to Saturday's game. It's game 3 of the series. This one was worse, absolutely worse than Friday's game. 3 errors for the Giants, 0 runs scored, only 3 hits. Clay Holmes pitched a gem for the Mets. I mean, just look at the Giants here. We only struck out 5 times, but we just can't do anything with our bats. Devers 0 for 4, he gets another strikeout. Elliot Ramos 0 for 4, he gets a strikeout. Chapman and Lee get hits with Encarnacion because Casey Schmidt is a scratch. I think this is the game. Casey Schmidt is a late game scratch. Maybe it was Friday's for back tightness. So he hasn't played since then. Encarnacion, I believe, 2 games he's been in there. Maybe it's 3 games since Schmidt got hurt. Schmidt has not hit the IR, not yet. So we'll see. Maybe he's just going to be out for a few games. This game was strange because Landon Roop, he struck out the first 4 batters he faced. So cruise through inning 1. Inning 2 starts great, and then the wheels just fall off. And so not even 5 innings pitched, 7 hits, gives up earned runs 5, but 7 runs total. He does strike out 7, but he just couldn't really do anything right at that time. We go to the bullpen. It doesn't help. Baroki comes in. He gives up 3 hits. He gives up a run. Keaton Winn comes in. He gives up a run and 2 hits. Not until you get Killian, and then things are bad when your utility infielder is pitching. Christian Koss pitches the last innings. That's a clear indicator there. But look at Clay Holmes, 7 innings, 3 hits, 2 walks. He only strikes out 4, but his ERA on the season's 1.42. Look at these Mets again. Bo Bichette, 2 for 5. We talked about him. Mark Vientos, 3 for 5. Brett Beatty had a good game, 2 for 5. And then Taylor comes in and hits a pinch hit, 3-run jack, I believe. And then Marcus Semien again, 2 for 3. So see their batting averages rising. My hope going into Sunday was we'll split the series. We'll come in and get that win. Logan Webb's on the mound. And well, let's go see what happened. Giants had the lead of this game going into the 8th inning. It was 2-1. Mets got the early lead in the 2nd. Giants came back in the 6th to get 2 runs. So now it's when Webb comes out, we need the bullpen to take over. And so going into the 8th inning, you're looking for your setup guy to hold it down. Well, I mean, you can see the score here. Giants obviously lost, but this 8th inning was brutal, and it's sad because Logan Webb, I mean, he was dealing. Let's go down and take a look at. He went 7 innings, 7 hits, so he gave up quite a bit of hits and 1 walk, 1 earned run, and then he strikes out 3. Keaton Winn, who we were hoping was going to be our setup guy based on what he's been doing recently. I'll say recently. I didn't predict he'd be our setup guy. And Eric Miller, another guy, if you go into spring training, and last year he pitched so well, Eric Miller is going to be one of the stronger guys in the bullpen. Keaton Winn, he gets 1 out, and then they get 2 hits on him. They're bringing Eric Miller. Not even a full inning, 3 hits. Both Winn and Miller give up 2 runs, and that sealed the fate for the Giants. Cody Senga, he pitched a good game. I mean, 5 innings. Kodai, 200 runs, 7 strikeouts, but then their bullpen doesn't give anything else up. I think that's Devin Williams, gives up 2 hits in the last inning, but Giants strike out 8 times. Lee has 3 strikeouts. It's just, those are so tough. Devers gets a hit and a walk. He looks okay. Matt Chapman, probably our best hitter on the day. He does make another error, but yeah, I don't know. Devers is playing first base for the first time this year. If we had Casey Schmidt there, he probably would have dug the ball out. I don't even know if Encarnacion would have dug the ball out. But I feel like that's a routine play for MLB level first baseman to dig those balls out. Chapman now, I believe, has 4 errors on the year, out of character for him, not getting a tremendous amount of defense from the first base position. Chapman also did something weird. I believe this is the 9th inning where he's tried to steal a base and gets thrown out. I just didn't understand if our third base coach sent him, if our coaching staff sent him, that was stupid, or if Chapman went on his own volition. What a big mistake. Going over to the Mets, you got Jorge Polanco, Luis Robert Jr. looks good. Vientos, 2 more hits. Simeon, another hit. So credit to the Mets. They take 3 or 4. The New York teams are definitely a Achilles heel of the Giants right now. We're 1-6 against them thus far this season. Looking at batting average, Willie Adames is under 200. Louis Arise, 275. So he's been our most consistent. Chapman 237. That's kind of where he hovers around the last couple of years. Devers is at 211. Elliot Ramos 205. We're just not hitting the ball. Lee, even though he had that 3-hit game, he's at 150. Encarnacion is now just starting to get at bats with Schmidt being hurt. And then you look at Bader and Bailey. I mean, they're almost hitting 100. So that's the part. We need the bats to come alive and be consistent. We have these 16-hit games, put up 9 runs, but we're not able to maintain or do anything with that. And so then when we face the Phillies today, we got to get hits. If we don't get hits, we don't get man on. It's going to be a long season for us. And the strikeouts, man. That was the reason, one of the big reasons we bought Louis Arise over, because he doesn't strike out very much. But we need the other guys to start making contact and driving runners in. It's early on. I think we're going to figure some of these things out. I'll be curious when they decide to go to Bryce Eldridge. I need to look at his stats and see what he's doing in AAA. But I am definitely worried about our bullpen right now. It's Buto getting hurt, where there's a couple other guys that are on the IL. So when they come back, hopefully they find the skill level they had before they got hurt. But right now, the bullpen's very shaky. I'm not having a lot of faith in it. Against Philadelphia, let's get back on track. Let's go get that win, take that series, and then let's go take the series from the Orioles. All right, Giants fans, be well. We'll catch you next time.